Well, hello everybody.
Hello.
As promised, here we are. There's New Sexy Entertainment live podcast from, I'd say, Nerd Headquarters.
Yeah, we can call it Nerd Headquarters.
Yeah, I guess we can call it Nerd Headquarters. So we're here live, guys. Let's do this. We got a chat up. We're just gonna bullshit and go from there. So, Grizz, why don't you tell them about your birthday, what we're doing?
Oh, well, the late birthday live stream podcast. It's not going to be on the normal list with our normal podcast. It's not going to have a number or nothing. It's just us kind of doing a bit of a nerd chat, talking with you guys, and
we do this from time to time.
Just having a good time.
Hold on, wait a second. Something's going on here. What's going on here? What's this? Huh. Hello. Hold on a sec. I think we're having some technical difficulties, as to be expected. We tend to do this. One moment.
Yeah.
Can we hear you now?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hi, John. Why don't you introduce yourself?
What's up? Let me, I don't know, can you see me?
Oh yeah, I see.
Hey.
I see you now.
What's up?
Give me 1 second, buddy. I'm gonna put you on here, so because we're on face cam right now. We're gonna switch this up. We're gonna switch this up. Give us 1 second. On top of that, for some reason, the audio isn't wanting to work. It's always something. It's always something. There we go. It's picking you up. I was worried for a second. Give me 1 minute. I gotta figure this out. I had it all set up and I had it all memorized on how to do it, and now I'm. There we go.
I know.
So, all right, man. Let us turn our face cam here. So hopefully it works. Is it working? It's not working. All right, camera. There we go. Can it work? Gosh darn. It works when it wants to work. Hate to have to do this. Give me a second. I'll call you back, okay? Give me 1 minute. You know how technology is.
Cool.
Yeah. 1 moment, guys. Apologies, we're having technical difficulties, as to be expected with the show. Told you we were gonna be a birthday present, and that's just that. You got her to thank for this. So, but we are still live, guys. Just 1 moment. Just give me a moment. We're gonna get to this.
You do a voice call. There we go. Maybe that should work.
That should work. Hopefully. Is our camera working? This is killing me.
Is it working?
Well, yours is, but ours is being a pain.
No, that's alright. I mean, you want to do just audio, or,
We can do that. We can do that if you want. But, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
Yeah, I was contacted, by a particular someone because I went to high school with them.
Mm-hmm.
This is Jon Abelardo, and you guys asked me to come on the show. Just kind of give you the inside on the industry and stuff.
Oh,
animation.
for sure. For
so,
sure.
Yeah, so I work in LA, and I've been here for like about 20 years, working in animation. As a sound engineer, mixer. Doing all sorts of stuff. Working on different projects. So.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for being here. Thanks for being here, and a special thank you to Grizz's fiance who made this possible for setting this up. And man, you're awesome. I talked to you yesterday. I was super. You're a freaking awesome guy. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stand up here. I'm gonna let Grizz take the seat here and interview you. How's that sound?
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Okay.
How's it going, Grizz?
All right.
Pretty good, man.
We're swapping out.
Yeah. I'm glad to be on your guys' show, man. Donald was talking, about how it started, and you guys are building and building. You know what I mean? And I'm like, it's good that you guys are doing this. This is good stuff for the Valley. You know what I mean?
It really is. It really is. There's not a whole lot of names from especially our little area of the Valley out doing much anything.
Yeah. I mean, especially during these times, you know what I mean? It's like,
so how's your day going?
Even LA's a different, it's going all right. It's day to day,
For sure.
Work is happening, at the studio. I work out in North Hollywood.
Of course.
It's a little studio out in North Hollywood, Salami Studios.
Mm-hmm.
And we work on different shows, mostly animation, animated series, from Warner Brothers, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network.
I already know you work on my favorite hero of all time, so
Yeah, you're still working on the Batman project, right?
Batman. There's usually a Batman project in the works, and I was telling Donald that I was telling Wildfire that we normally have some sort of rendition, coming through, and anything that I can work on for Batman is like a good time. You know what I mean?
Oh heck yeah!
It's it's something that it's just something that I've followed since the Batman. Even like the Adam West Batman.
Yes, 66. Yes.
It's the original live action series.
Bang pow, freaking love it.
Like, yeah, exactly. And which there was a cool project, Batman Year One, which was the original Adam West came in. We worked on that one too. Burt Ward, that type of stuff. So that was a surreal time.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, I'm
to
sure.
meet Adam West, rest in peace. We lost him too early. And,
yeah.
He just a great talent. He's like the first, Batman on screen. It's like
he was
of
course.
The Batman that So
very influential. Very.
Well, for me,
I grew up
very
watching
influential, and there wouldn't be like, without him to build the foundation as a part of it. My favorite is the Batman animated series.
Oh
I
yes.
was talking to Wildfire about that.
Conroy Hamill.
Conroy Hamill. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And Bruce Timm's project. So it's like, Bruce Timm's great. He's a great guy too. It's always a treat to work with people that you just admire, that you admire in the field. So that's the cool thing about the industry.
Oh yeah. Just getting to bump elbows with different people.
Yeah. You kind of just never know who you're going to work with next. And I've been like privileged to like work on great projects. And so it just, and it's projects that I've like just stood in awe, in art school, in high school, just like, wow, animation is just, that was when it blew. In the 90s, that's when I grew up.
Oh yeah.
In the 90s. And so all the stuff that was, coming out at that time, I was just glued to, the Disney stuff, the WB stuff.
Super addicting, super fun to watch. So is there anything you want to ask him, Grizz?
Yeah, you want to talk about
what's your most memorable favorite project that you've worked on?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Most memorable. I would say it's hard to say because there's a lot of different ones, but
I'll be right back.
I think there was like there was one time that I worked with Conan O'Brien on a project.
Oh wow.
And yeah, he was in it was also a WB project. It was way back. This was like, I think it was probably 6 years ago. And so that was a really cool moment. And it was also for a Batman project too. You know, he did like a little cameo in a Batman project. And yeah, it was just, it was cool to see him, you know, come into the studio and just work with him. And, you know, he's coming in to act, you know, and it was just a cool experience to kind of like, and I followed him since, you know, with his original Conan O'Brien show and then like Simpsons. So it was like, you know, as a writer of the Simpsons, you know what I mean? That the golden age of the Simpsons in the 90s and all that stuff.
Oh,
too.
back
It's
when
like,
it was amazing. Like the
you
show
know,
was
you can't beat
amazing.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they just picked the, you know, the cream of the crop for the Simpsons. And it's like, you know, Conan was just like somebody that's just like I always watched, you know, and it was pretty cool to work with him on a Batman show. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I bet. Yeah.
No, Brian's
know,
always been one of those guys
with
that made me
you know,
laugh.
powerhouse cast. Yeah. It's just like larger. I guess a little bit of it is like he's larger in life. You know, he's like larger than life kind of. He's really tall.
Oh, really?
And it was just like, yeah, super tall. I think it's like 6'5" or something. It's just like I'm like 5'10", and I just like, you know, I'm like at his shoulder level. You know what I mean?
I'm 6'1". He'd tower over me.
Oh, you're tall.
I'm
You're tall too.
6'2".
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, he's towering. But
Oh, wow.
yeah, and I was like what I was saying before. It's like any chance to work on a Batman, you know, show, but then plus Conan O'Brien aspect of it. You know what I mean? It's like,
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
and I like Harley stuff too. You know, the Harley, you know, anything Harley's and you know, Batman and Harley.
Oh, Harley
you know,
Quinn.
type of thing. Harley Quinn. Yeah.
It's just, yeah, I had a crush on her since they came out in you know, in the old the Batman animated series.
Right.
So
Yep.
it's just
Great design.
Yeah, awesome. Just amazing too.
Just amazing characters. So it's like, yeah, and yeah, it's cool, man. It's like I tend to find that, you know, every kind of moment kind of just happens that memorable, and then and I feel that there's a lot more great times with like working with great productions, that it's more of like I can't really put a finger on this was the most fun or this was the most, you know, memorable, because it's kind of like all in a whole. You know, it's kind of like you remember the crew, you know, you remember the producers, directors that worked on it, the actors, you know, that work on each show, and it's really like a team effort, you know, with each show.
Have you ever
And,
had a fanboy moment, like, you know, when you met Hamill or Conroy? Did you ever just have that moment where you're like, "Ee"? I know I would be like that.
When Mark, yeah, I forget when I first met Mark Hamill, and it was like, that was probably like 12 years ago, or, you know, a long time ago.
Yeah.
Now he's come in so much that it's like he knows our place is like one of his second homes. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's just Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
He's back.
So,
Hi.
yeah. So it's so, and because we worked on so much Joker and stuff, you know, etc. You know, all his voiceover stuff. So before, you know, the new revamped Star Wars and all that, so we were, you know, we were chugging along with Mark coming in pretty consistently, you know, throughout the years. And so I think it was like probably over 10 years ago when I first, you know, met him. And it was like one of these funny moments where one of the kids that we were working on, you know, working with the project on, it was his first time meeting Mark too. And so he came up to him. He was probably about 6, the actor, you know, he's probably 6 or 7. And he was like, he went, "Luke," you know, he was like, you know, Mark was getting coffee, and then he like came up behind on the side of him. He's like, Luke. And then Mark turned around and he was like, "I am your father." And he dropped. He was just like, to see this kid just for the first time. It's almost like I felt what he was feeling like when he was so excited to like talk to Mark. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And so there's like
awesome.
stuff like that like breaks the ice, and then he's an open book.
Yeah.
You know, pretty much when we start working on a project and stuff, he's got some stories, man. He's got some really good stories.
I mean, plus he's the voice of the Joker in the anime. You know,
yeah,
most of the series now.
He's got all this Joker, type stories, and I was mentioning like Killing Joke. He just did a great job.
Oh wow.
Killing Joke, and yeah, he's just he's a true talent, and I'm so thankful that he got to get back out there, you know what I mean, with the new episodes.
Oh yeah,
and stuff. So
I'm so glad he's doing the Joker. For the longest time, he was joking around, mind the pun, joking around about saying he wasn't going to do it no more.
Right. I know, and we were like, it was a treat.
And the tweet, really how joke's on you. I freaking loved it. It was great.
Joke's on you, right? He's hilarious. Yeah, he's hilarious online too. So yeah, he's awesome. He's really awesome. And it's good to have his Star Wars stories too when he came into.
I bet.
Do Jokers? Yeah. We would always just kind of be like on the edge of our seat when we had some story, some Star Wars story on set. Like even from the past. It would be great. He would like come up with like, oh yeah, on Jedi, and I'm like, what? That's when he gets surreal, when he starts to like, wait a minute, yeah, this is Mark Hamill, and he's talking about when he was on set for Jedi, and he's talking about like, yeah, when we were all just on break, I climbed into the Jabba suit. And, he had these like little stories of, like, messing around on set. You know what I mean? And just like, we're all just like, oh, that's so awesome. Get the inside on it.
So, he asked you earlier, like, what is probably like the most, like, I don't know, your favorite project. Well, what's the favorite thing for you to draw? Because I know
Dance magic, dance magic.
Hold that thought. Apologies, we got something going on. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, for drawing wise, it's like pretty much. I do a lot of cartoon stuff. I do a lot of Star Wars. When I'm like kind of bored. So, one of my icons I put up is I do illustrations, and I got a Instagram called SoCal Tunes, and I do like you can check it out at SoCal Tunes.
Check it out, guys.
Yeah,
watching. Check it out.
I only got a
seriously.
few things up there right now. But
hey, you know what? You start off with a few, and then you end up with a lot in the long run, right?
Exactly. I've got I got some Batman jokes. I've got some timely Batman jokes. I've got some Star Wars stuff. I drew like a Boba Fett, or not a Boba Fett, Mandalorian, kind of demo type thing.
Okay, that's what you put on your Discord thing, right?
Yeah. So my Discord icon is like it's from the Mandalorian, and it's like ink and marker.
Oh, look good. Honestly, it's.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, you can check out some more stuff on my. I need to put more stuff on my Instagram.
Well, what I'll do is I'll have you put your ad on here, and later on, what I'll do is I'll put it out with the video once I put out an edited version of this, and kind of tell people about you, because you're a talented artist, man.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's like that's my other side of my jobs. It's like I do. Well, before the whole pandemic thing happened, like I was doing for years, like caricature and cartooning.
Yeah.
I can animate too, and so it's and so I would like draw like digitally, and sometimes like I would get like jobs of like some of my stuff is on Shark Tank, like a few years back for a pitch, and then I got to draw like on the Mindy project.
Oh.
For Hulu, and then I drew like, which was Mindy and her co-star. So I got I got in an episode. It's called the Bat Mitzvah.
Oh.
That episode, and so they had me. You can see me drawing in there, and then I did like Taylor Swift commercial 2 years ago.
Okay.
And so that was a cool one too. So got to draw Taylor Swift. on set. So it's a cool little side thing that I do. I illustrate. I've got a BA and BFA in Bachelor of Fine Arts, and from the Academy in San Francisco, and so having worked in animation, it's just like I'm an all-around kind of
That's perfect.
guy.
That's perfect.
So I draw,
Jack of all
and
trades.
I engineer too. I do post. So try to be that one-man production.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm keeping busy and doing that thing too. So it's.
Well, we got to keep busy in these times.
Well, I was telling Wildfire ADD, man. It's like.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
When you have ADD, you just got to fill that space with like activities. And what I do is just like bounce around, back and forth on working on projects. So it's a good job for me because we never know what we're going to work on next. You know what I mean? So.
Now, have you had one of those moments where you have a celebrity or something come up to you and recognize you without being introduced for the stuff that you have done?
Oh, recognize me as far as like, you know what? It's like basically when I get recognized, it's usually from us working on previous projects, and then they'll remember me from that project. So it's like, from the studio. But sometimes people will recognize me as far as like, we got a posting of our Monkey Bars cartoon stuff, which is basically me and my other engineer partner. We're working on developing animation, and for pitching. And so basically we work together on Monkey Bars cartoons, and then our friends on Monkey Bars cartoons, friends and acquaintances of acquaintances, actor friends and da-da-da. Sometimes they'll recognize me as far as Monkey Bars cartoons. Okay. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's kind of a dual-sided thing, Sometimes it's the studio from recording, or, Monkey Bars cartoon side, which is the independent animation stuff that me and my partner work on. So it's like, with the many jobs, I get recognized in different aspects.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because I have different hats.
Being a jack of all trades and all that, yeah.
Yeah. It's because I just, I try to work on a lot of, fun stuff and just keep busy that way. And so keeping it growing,
You gotta love your job. You do.
It's got a lot of energy, so it's like, So it's fun. It's fun to get to know people, and then like throughout the years, like they just know me from working so long together on different projects. So and that's a cool thing, to have those friendships, within basically outside of the workplace. It's like to have that camaraderie, which is the cool part I think about animation, is that it's like it's the industry, but it's still like a close-knit group, so pretty much everybody knows everybody. It's like a small town within a big town, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The big town of Hollywood, but
a lot of people, but it is there are cliques.
Yeah, there are like, and everybody, they might work at, certain companies, but everybody moves around, but it's pretty much still that same group, moving around, and and there's always new people coming in too, and so I like it. I've been in it for just about 20 years, like 19, 20 years.
It's showbiz, baby.
Yeah. So it's like the show must go on, you know what I mean? It's like, as long as I can keep working,
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. As long as it's, and it's going, even now, we're lucky to still keep, the productions are lucky to keep going.
Oh, yeah,
recording wise, we're doing a lot of remote stuff too. And so, animation is a good industry. It's almost suited in a way for the current conditions, with the pandemic. So it's like, because animation can be done in a studio remotely, everybody can meet remotely, you know, it's almost a perfect situation where, you know, the show still can be produced but without limitations, you know,
without the large gathering of people in one
yeah,
spot.
large gatherings, or you don't have to actually be there in person to review things. You know, we could feed video, you know, online, and then, you know, to directors, and everything is like kind of, you know,
technology.
Business as usual. Yeah, technology is helping us to be, productions to be on schedule. You know what I mean? So it's like there's hardly any loss, except for like we used to record casts. Now we don't do casts, but slowly we can figure out how to get people remotely together, you know, as if the cast recording was happening. So it's like, you know, yeah. So that's happening. And, you know, it's a good thing that everybody's adapting. So which is pretty cool. So, you know, I think live action has a harder, you know, kind of adjustment period.
Oh, especially
right
now.
Oh, yeah, because you got to have so many people actually there to be able to
actually
shoot a scene.
And I've been hearing some stories where it's like, you know, you got one group coming in, right? And where everybody's usually like on set, it's like everybody's on top of each other, you know, just it's such a, you know, controlled chaos. But then now it's like, it's more step-by-step operations, you know what I mean? Lighting, you know, okay, now it's time for lighting, and then everybody leaves, and then lighting comes in, and then you know, sound. So it's like, but they're slowly coming back, which is what I hear, you know, slowly coming back into production. So, you know, yeah. So.
Is there anything else you want to ask?
I keep like talking, and I'm like, did I answer your question?
Oh, it's okay. That's the beauty of this kind of thing.
Kind of rambling.
You start going into it, and then you go into something. That's what we're all about, man.
Right.
You're among your people here.
It's like organic, you know what I mean?
Just let it
grow. Yeah.
On average, how many different projects are you working on at one time? Like with the studio, and then, like you said, you from time to time do independent stuff for other things. Are you working on projects for yourself to hopefully put out for yourself?
Yeah, I'm working on, you know, which is the Monkey Bars cartoons thing that me and my engineer friend is also working with. He's we're basically like ready to pitch to networks and stuff, and so we're getting some pitch stuff together, pitch packets together for a few different types of shows. You know, some of it's like adult, some of it's like, you know, kind of prime time, you know, just a mixture of things. And so that's what we do, you know, after, you know, all of our studio stuff is all squared away. You know, we've been constantly working on this. It's been like probably about 6 years working on our pitch stuff. And so we had done a run of pitches like years ago, but now we're kind of gearing up to get it all together again. So this will be interesting, you know, considering the situation. You know, it's like, you know, everybody's looking for more content nowadays, you know, because it's, you know, also because of the situation.
Yeah.
So it's like,
everyone wants
you know,
to
streaming
be
is like
entertained.
in demand, more of that streaming material, you know, and animation is just like something that we do. So, and we have fun with it. So yeah, that's why we've been creating some cool stuff. You know, can't quite talk about it, but, you know, hopefully you guys will know about it, you know, once we're all out there.
Yeah.
And then we can have another, you know, interview about that. You know, which would be pretty cool.
Real quick, before we continue, Jon, someone wants to say hi to you.
Hi, Jon. Thank you so much for making this birthday gift
You're
a
welcome.
surprise.
You're welcome.
I held this secret for a long time.
Well, I'm glad
it was
worked
difficult.
out and everything. Yeah. You know, I mean, I was telling Wildfire, I was like, we haven't talked since high school. I think it's been like, so it's been quite a while, but you know, it's good that Facebook's there, and you know, we can all, you know, connect, you know, right now. And I'm just, it's a privilege. It's a privilege to be on this podcast, and you know, thanks for asking. And,
well, it's an honor that you came on. I mean, I been with her for a while, and she was just going through Facebook, and she's like, oh, well, you know, Jon would be great talking with you guys on a podcast. And I was like, wait a second, I know that name. I was like, no. So I looked it up. I was like, oh, I've been watching this guy's stuff forever.
Be honest. Be honest. He geeked out, Jon. And if you ever need a box, you hit me up on Facebook anytime.
For sure.
I will get back into woodworking for you.
Oh, I appreciate it. Those are cool. I follow that cool stuff. I appreciate it, man. This is, you know, like I was saying, like with Wildfire, I was like, you know, I just love everything that we're working on. You know, it's like I watch it after I work on it. You know what I mean? So I geek out.
We
on
absolutely love your stuff too, man.
Oh
Seriously.
yeah,
Man,
definitely.
I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. And so, you know, there's like tons of people that are, you know, so, you know, not appreciated, but also, you know, key players in the industry that, you know, it's good to get that kind of recognition. You know what I mean? Because it's like we're like the behind the scenes guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, everyone likes a pat on the back, man. That's just how it
you
is.
know,
We
yeah,
like to
we
get a little
appreciate
recognition for what we do.
I appreciate that. You know, and you know, it's one thing like to be, you know, on the outside, and then once I'm inside, I'm like, wow, this is just as cool as I thought it would be. You know, to work, you know, with all these great, you know, talents and, you know, great shows. So yeah, I really appreciate it, man. This is really fun. You know, this is cool that you guys started this podcast and everything. So, you know, I'm down. I go to Comic-Con, or I try to go to Comic-Con as much as I can, and so I really dig this type of stuff. You know, it's like, it's fun.
Here's a question here. Have you ever cosplayed or wanted to?
Not well. You know, I kind of like for officially, like for Comic-Con, no. But I always have this like master plan. I was like, okay, 1 year I'm just gonna like, you know, start building something, you know, and be like a Batman thing, or like a, you know what I mean? Yeah. But it's like, then I would have to get into the, you know, the design of it, and so I'm such a finicky designer of, you know, kind of, you know, character design stuff, that it's like I would have like a lot of sketches to work through, and so it's like, it's, you know, once I finalize it, it's like, who do I go to make this? You know what I mean? It's like, it'd be like something that like a professional, you know, costume designer would have to like, just like, you know, try to work on it. But that, it would be so cool to do it. Like I've always had these plans, but I've never quite pulled the trigger on it. You know what I mean? But it would be really fun too.
Well, if you could cosplay as anything, what would it be? Anything.
Yeah, that's hard to say. I would probably do a Batman thing, like a twist on Batman.
Heck yeah.
You know, maybe like a, you know, I was thinking like, I like the rendition of Joker with the tux, you know, so I'd probably try to do a play on the Joker with the tux, you know, and like, you know, do the purple green thing, and like, you know,
of course,
kind of modernize it or something. But, you know, maybe it's like just a chance to dye my hair green or something. Just an excuse to dye my hair green. So it's like, you know, that'd be cool.
If even for a week.
Cool. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I've thought about that too. And the Joker, you know, is one of my favorite all-time villains ever. So, and that was before Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill just was the icing on the cake.
Yeah, and he's got so many cool looks.
Yes.
To the Joker, so you could, you know, it's like you could pick and choose through a lot of, you know, he's got style. He's got cool style. You know, he's got his suits. You know what I mean? I'm more of a suit. I like the suit type Joker. You know. Yeah. The
Jack Nicholson kind of Joker.
Yeah, he's got that class. You know,
yes.
There's that, you know, there's that cool quality to him. You know, so you know, nostalgic. You know,
very
got that
much
top
so.
hat and the what you call it? The just the whole setup, you know.
Fedora?
The fedora, yeah, the purple fedora, and then the This would be a cool setup.
Is there anything else you want to ask there, Grizz?
I'm just still kind of.
You're still kind of just stuck.
Awestruck that, you know, she would actually pull this out. And
well, let me put it this way, man. Keeping it away from you, especially since you came down here, was difficult. Difficult.
It was hard to get. You know, you got hard to hide it.
We secret squirreled that shit past you. And I was. And again, John,
That's
man,
crazy.
I'm happy that you're here. I'm glad you agreed to this. It's a pleasure. If you ever want to be on, man, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, man, definitely. Just let me know. You know, I got my buddy that we produce our own stuff together, and so maybe we could talk about that next time. You know what I mean?
Heck
So,
yeah.
The journey, you know what I mean? The journey to pitch.
oh, that would be cool.
Yes.
Pitch our project. So it's like, you know, we're starting that up soon. So maybe we could fill you in sometime when we.
Oh, heck yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
awesome.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. And so,
do you-
you know,
do you
which
like
is new to
the
us
video
too.
games?
You know, it's always a new journey when we start to pitch. You know, so yeah, it's a pleasure, man. Thanks for having me.
Heck yeah. So, do you like the video games?
Do I like it? I do.
You do. What's your favorite kind of games to play?
I just don't play as much as I'd like to.
Oh, that's that's being an adult.
I like Uncharted. You know, I like
Yes!
Uncharted and that whole series. Yeah. I used to be into, you know, Gears of War, but once I started playing Uncharted, I was like, this is amazing. This is
Good story. Is what.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like that Indiana Jones meets, you know, all the cool, you know, just all the cool action
All the
adventure movies
tropes,
put together
yeah.
plus Indiana Jones. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, yeah. It's just great.
Okay.
It's just fun, you know. Call of Duty's always a good classic for me too. You know,
Oh
it's
yeah.
like,
Good old
the
first
Call of
person
Duties.
shooter.
yeah, the first person, you know, especially like the World War II stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, I don't game as much as I could before, but yeah, those are the main titles. Those are the main ones that I you know, I just like, if I have some
Good
time,
games.
just like play a little bit. Yeah,
All good games.
Yeah.
You know.
right. I know there's
So-
some great games out
Oh,
there,
yeah.
some new great games out there. So it's like,
We've been
you
playing
know,
a lot of a game called Phasmophobia, which is, you know, it's a ghost hunting simulator game, which is scaring the crap out
Oh.
of Grizzly.
Yes, very much so.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's the one that you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, the one I was telling you.
That's
Yeah. It's
Cool.
basically you go around the house and stuff pops out at you. Boogaboo! It's real scary.
That's cool. I think, you know, this is a good time to play those scary games too. You know, like
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Halloween's my month. I love Halloween to death.
You like the
Or,
Halloween stuff,
October.
yeah.
I always say October is Halloween because I don't see it as one day. I just see it as a whole month. So.
Right. Play like the Jason versus Freddy's or the, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like the,
Yeah.
Scary movies, scary games. It's just it's the whole month, man. It's beautiful.
It's a good combo. Yeah, it's a good
Yes.
combo. Yeah,
Yes.
that's sweet. Yeah, I got to check it out. I got to check out that game. I mean, what console do you play?
Oh, this is on PC.
On PC, yeah.
Yeah. So if you have a Steam account, it's like $13. It's not even that expensive. It's still in early access, but it's worth getting.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll check it out.
Definitely. Now I sound like a commercial. Buy this game. You know.
Well, that's when I only buy stuff that I can get a good review on. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, yeah, if there's just raving reviews, you know what I mean?
I've got nothing but good things to say about it. The controls are a little
Yeah.
like you got to get used to them at first, but after
Yeah.
that, once you get used to them, everything's good.
And it's a lot funner to play with other people
Yes.
and not just
Oh.
by yourself.
Oh, 1 second, guys.
Take your time.
It's awesome.
You know what sucks is that our camera's not working.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. Why is our camera not working?
Uh-oh.
It's always
That's all
no.
good.
You're fine. You're fine. I was griping about our camera not working for some reason.
Yeah. Oh, it's all good.
There's always I think I said it yesterday. There's always going to be some sort of technical difficulty.
Yeah, it's what happens. I mean, nothing.
Yeah.
It's all like good plans until you actually have to
Execute it, and then
yeah, exactly. Working with like gear, throughout the years, it's just like, you got the technical tap. You know what I mean, on the side of the.
And I mean, we're still learning when it comes to like live streaming and stuff like that too. We're trying to get all the kinks out. This is probably our fifth time ever live streaming.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, 5th or 6th, around there.
Cool, man.
Yeah, this is our 5th. Yeah.
And I mean,
do you find that you get more viewers like live streaming or more subscribers?
I don't know. We one of the things we had going on in our ear earlier was someone had subscribed to us or something along those lines, or followed us on I think Twitch, and that's why I was like, hold on, there's something going on, because it was loud. But yeah, I mean, I don't really see that we get many more lately, just because of the content we've been posting on like YouTube. I think that we've been getting a lot more attention.
Views. Yeah, a lot more views.
Oh, a lot more views. Oh, cool,
Yeah.
cool. Nice.
But it's
nice.
it's always fun.
Yeah.
Like you were saying earlier, it's nice to get the recognition. It's nice to get that pat on the back, and I've always said I don't really care if I have an audience of 5, 10, 15, or 500. It's all about entertainment, and
Exactly.
if people can get away with listening to my annoying voice, then I'm happy.
Exactly. I mean, it's like as long as you enjoy it, people will come. You know what I mean? As long as you enjoy what you do, it's like the audience will be subscribing. They'll be doing it. So it's like
they'll see it. They'll see that how much fun you're having and want to have fun with you. So
exactly. So yeah, as far as these, interviews are concerned, like, we can come back. I can bring some friends.
Oh yeah,
that would be
welcome
awesome.
to.
Get more people into this, and then and hopefully, like, you can get more subscribers and just grow on that. So I'm all about supporting.
Well, so are we.
People's
as much as we can.
Yeah,
we're all nerds here.
Yep.
Exactly. We're all friends here. Yeah, we're all friends.
Exactly.
Here,
exactly. It's a brotherhood.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So,
we gotta support each other. So, well, cool, guys.
I don't know how much more time we want to wait. We want to waste from you, but we appreciate you being here, man. You're a freaking champion in our book.
Definitely.
I appreciate it, man.
If you want to,
guys.
Definitely get a hold of me and put down that Instagram account you were talking about.
Yeah.
And I will put that out there, and I will add you myself, because I mean I'm liking what I saw, what you showed me with some of the, like the Mandalorian picture was amazing.
Totally. I have some drawings out there for kids too. It's like,
okay.
So that it was like, it started when they started locking down, like in March or so, and so it's like animated characters that if you guys have kids, you can download it, and the kids can color it. You know what I mean? So it's like cool. All these, it's basically a drawing that I did of just like showcasing all the shows that I'm
That's
into.
awesome.
So,
well, before we end this, you want to talk about some more of the shows you've been involved in?
What's that?
I said, before we end this, do you want to talk about some more of the shows you've been involved in? Because we've mostly been nerding out on Batman.
Oh, yeah. Well, like I was talking about before, way back, at the beginning, I was working on the Proud Family for Disney Channel, and that was like my way in, to the industry, and that was, that was about 3 years, 3 seasons, and that's basically the first project. And then, once I got in the industry, I worked on like Scooby-Doo stuff, like Scooby-Doo Mystery Inc.
I definitely want to talk to you about Scooby-Doo.
That's where I knew your name from, because I love Scooby-Doo. Yeah. I've watched every Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Mystery Inc. is freaking amazing, by the way. I'm glad you brought that up, because we talked about that yesterday. I really wanted to talk to you about that a little bit today. Freaking love Mystery Inc., dude.
Yeah, it was a good show. It was, well written, and production was great. I mean, it's just like, like I was saying before, it's like when everybody's just like a family. When they would come in and we would work on the project, and it's like, you get talents like like Frank Welker,
Mm-hmm.
who worked on the original Scooby in '69, right? Since '69. So if you can imagine that, you know what I mean? Like, same Fred voice, and he's like the Scoob voice.
Yeah.
And then Matthew Lillard, who does Shaggy.
Yeah.
Just a great talent as well. Matthew's from movies like Scream, and you know what I mean. Like,
Mm-hmm.
he's got a wide range of stuff that he's worked on. Gray Delisle, who's Daphne, and so it's just like different. I was thinking like for Ink, it was I have to remember like the entire.
Seems like a long time ago, but it really wasn't.
I know, it seems like it was a while ago. But I'm just saying that it was great.
Yeah.
Great people that worked on it, and so from the producers to the directors, it's just a great show. And it's nostalgic. What I mean?
I got really into it. I really did.
Yeah, when you have it like close to like when the designs are close to the original designs, like in the '60s, '70s. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and if that's what I grew up on, it's like, the episodes with like Jonathan Winters or something.
Yes.
Was a guest. You know what I mean? Like when I was growing up, it's like they would have Don Knotts.
Yes, Don
Like,
Knotts.
Don Knotts coming in as the sheriff,
Oh.
Doing his thing,
Yes.
in those old Scooby episodes. So it's like, those are the memories that I had. And then when I started to work on like stuff on like Mystery Inc., and then they have, or the new renditions of Scooby, and then they have guest stars on it. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
whoa, it's just like the original. You know what I mean?
It has that nostalgic feeling, and it's so cool.
Yeah, you get that nostalgic feeling of like, wow, this is what it was like, when they were getting these guests, and here it is, they're recreating those moments with new modern guests, on the show. So it's just like, those surreal moments.
Yeah.
For Scooby, and Scooby's just one of those. Everybody knows Scooby. You know what I mean? It just like spans generations.
Yeah, it's
so
definitely
funny.
one of those things that like, you can't say Scooby Doo and no one goes, huh? Yeah.
I know. There was this funny moment where I was like, I had like a crew, the Scooby Doo crew. It was a hoodie, and it had Scooby Doo. It was from Be Cool Scooby Doo, and so
Okay.
I went to a gas station. I was wearing it. I forgotten I was wearing it, and then I was paying for gas, and the gas attendant, he's like, what? You worked on Scooby Doo? And he was like, and I forgot I was wearing the jacket, and I was like, I was kind of like, huh? I was just gonna give you $10 for gas. You know what I mean? And he was like,
Yeah.
oh, you worked on Scooby Doo, and I was like, oh yeah, I do. Because I forgot I was wearing the jacket. But he was just all of a sudden talking about Scooby Doo. I was like, why was he talking about Scooby Doo? That's funny. But he was like, oh, we got to take a picture for, So
Yeah.
I took it was so funny because I was just getting gas like late at night. And it was like midnight or something, somewhere out in San Diego or whatever. And the guy, he just jumped up. And he was like, oh, we got to take a picture. You know what I mean? It was the funniest thing because it's like I was caught off guard, and he just like totally just was so into it. And I was like, cool, you know what I mean? Like,
This is one of those like moments that you're kind of shocked. You're so shocked that it happened that you just like it happened.
I know, and I was like, all right.
Oh yeah.
It's just one of those funny moments, like, you just like remember like people like being affected by the show. You know what I mean? It's like,
Oh yeah. For sure.
So
is there any
it's
other
cool.
projects you wanna shout out there?
Let's see. Lately, stuff that I've been like Castlevania is a good one.
Oh, you know what?
You know, on
you're talking about you're talking about the animated.
Yeah, animated.
Oh,
yeah,
that is awesome.
we work on those. Yeah, we work on those too.
We did a podcast, I believe, on that several of those. Yeah, we did a Castlevania podcast, and all good things.
Just
all good things.
Yeah, just great cast. All around, you know what I mean? And it's like, you know, coming from the game, I was just like, wow, this is awesome. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
like we work on the show and then I end up watching the show, you know, and it's hard to not get too much information so that it spoils the viewing after it. You know what I mean? I know it's kind of weird, but I try to keep myself separate as far as following the storylines.
People are talking about stuff at work. No spoilers! No!
Exactly. So we try not to get the spoilers, even though we're working on the project. So it's like...
I feel you there. I hate it when they do that stuff on Facebook.
I know.
You know?
Yeah. I know.
I unfriend people for that shit.
He has.
I know.
I'm like, no, don't tell me what happened on Game of Thrones. Click.
I just, if there's something good that I want to watch, I just try to like really avoid anything online. It's just funny because it's like I just want to watch something and not have that.
That's why all I'll do is I'll just straight binge watch the entire series.
Yeah.
Not talk to anybody for like a week.
Too.
Yep.
And just watch
he does it too. He'll sit. I'll talk to him one day. He's like, "Oh, I just started this series." I'll be like, the next day he's like, "Finished it. I'm done. Didn't get no sleep, but I'm done."
Yeah, exactly. So you can prevent the spoilers. You know, spoiler.
Exactly. That's the way to do it.
Exactly.
We just watched Cobra Kai, and we're getting ready to do a podcast on that. Do you know anything about
it? Oh, yeah. Well, I saw like the first few episodes. That's a good show, man. That's a cool
Yes.
It is really good.
Yeah,
it is really
good show. It's funny because it's like you bounce around on like, you know, is he good? Is he bad? Is Ralph Macchio good? Or you know what I mean? It's like
exactly.
I like how they do that. I like how they just keep you thinking. You know, about,
because there's been so many throughout the years. There's been so many people talking about like was Daniel the bad guy? Was you know, who's the real bad guy in the first Karate Kid? And if you look at it from certain points of view, he was. Yeah. So who's the bad guy in this one? So I just like the idea of the protagonist is just up in the air.
Exactly, just up in the air. And it's like it just depends on your perspective.
Exactly.
Things, you know.
Like in life, I guess.
Johnny lost his girlfriend. You know what I mean? He was like.
Yeah, he was you know. He said himself, I think, in the movie, he says a degenerate kid trying to change his life, and here comes Macchio. Daniel comes in and basically moves in on his girlfriend and changes it. You know, and, of course those old ways are going to come back, I guess.
I know exactly the old ways.
Exactly. But it's I just like the fact that they hate each other throughout the series, and there's points where they're like, well, I'm not going to say more because you said you only watched the first few episodes, but there's points where you're like, they could be friends, they could. But
I know.
I'll keep it at that. Yeah. It's a good series. I'm going to shut my mouth before I give anything away. But
no, I definitely want to finish up that series. Yeah.
I was excited it went to Netflix. Serious, like I was.
It's a cool show.
I didn't have YouTube, whatever.
YouTube Plus.
Yeah. But I think I signed up for free just to watch like the first season or something.
Yes. And it got like so good. I guess Netflix took it over. I don't know if I'm right or not, but
that's what I read was that Netflix took it over.
They took it over. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm hoping so because they're talking about a season 3 on Netflix. So that's cool.
Right. That's cool.
Well, they better have a season 3.
But you know what? We'll go ahead and end this. We appreciate you being here, man. Again, get a hold of me. We'll set something up. We'll just nerd out, talk about stuff, and talk about maybe projects you want to talk about and whatever, man. Anything.
Yeah, it's cool, man. It's fun stuff, and maybe I'll bring in, you know, my producing friend. You know, we can talk about the indie stuff that we're working on, and
of course,
that'd be awesome.
Whatever comes up. So we'll be in touch. You got all my info.
You had mentioned like you're interested in doing podcasts too. So if you want to talk about that real quick before you go.
For the stuff that we're working on.
Yes.
We're still packaging it right now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we're not quite online yet, and
All right.
so we do have our episodes edited, but you know, I was still talking to them as far as how we want to like kind of open up with it. You know what I mean? And it's basically like, you know, with, you know, my friends, engineer friends, you know, from different, you know, aspects, you know, of their lives, you know, coming in, and we talk about pretty much anything goes, you know, as far as like, you know, like this type of stuff, like games or like, you know, animation, or, you know, my buddy collects, he's like super into Star Wars stuff, like collecting Star Wars, you know, stuff. And so, you know, it's just like these little anecdotes that would kind of like come together and talk about, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
You know,
you're on the right podcast for that stuff.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
Nerds and New
Right.
Sexy Entertainment.
It's like this. Yeah, it's
yeah.
like this as well. It's just like guys.
We've
coming
had the
together.
same list of podcast topics for like the last 3 years,
And it's grown.
and it just
Oh, and
keeps
it's grown.
growing.
Yeah.
And like maybe every season we'll take 2 or 3 off, but then we add like 8 or 9.
Yes.
Because we're like,
Yeah,
oh no, let's
okay.
talk about this week. No, let's talk
Yeah.
about this
And
week.
then, of course, sometimes we don't even take stuff off the list. We just oh, we gotta talk about this week, and we gotta talk about
Yeah.
Cobra Kai or what have you, and
Oh,
so
that's
it
cool, man.
happens. So, is there anything you want to tell our viewers and listeners?
No, I just wanted to say, like, you know, thanks for you guys, you know, having me on, and yeah, man, just keep watching animation. You know, hopefully you could see more of our independent stuff soon. You know what I mean?
Oh, heck
After we
yeah.
pitch and, you know, we get something going, and yeah, you know, I just want to say thanks to you guys, Grizz and Wildfire. Yeah.
Well,
Thank you.
thank you for being here.
For
Yes,
being here.
very
We
much so.
appreciate you, and I appreciate all your dang work. I'm glad you mentioned Castlevania, because I saw that in there, and it was in the back of my mind. And I love Castlevania.
I know
So-
it's good stuff, man. I rewatch stuff just, you know, for the artistry too. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
all around. It's a great show too. So yeah, I
So-
appreciate it, man. It's cool.
Once again, thanks for being on. Again, get a hold of me, and we'll go from there.
For sure, man. Well, thank
You
you
have
guys.
What were you gonna say? Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
I just want to thank you guys. Yeah, thanks for everything, man. Thanks for having me on.
Well, thanks for being here.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
we want you to have a wonderful night, brother.
All right. You guys take care. Stay safe.
You too.
Take it easy.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, we are still on the air. We're gonna change some stuff here. We're gonna go from there to there. Hi, guys.
Why, hello.
You just witnessed an interview that he didn't know about, set up by his fiance.
Mm-hmm.
They went to high school with that fine gentleman.
Yep.
I can't tell you. I'm not the type of guy to like fanboy over someone. There's maybe 3 people in my life I'll fanboy over. 2 of them he's met, obviously. The other one would be Bruce Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a little awestruck as well.
Yes.
I am.
At what? Yeah.
Is there anything you want to say, Grizz?
Thank you again, John, for being on.
Hell yeah, John. You are number 1, brother. You're freaking amazing.
Yes.
Love you to death.
Thank my beautiful fiance in the living room for reaching out and making this possible. And to Wild
saying
for
your name.
yeah, I know she is. And to Wild for also help getting this together.
Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday, but happy birthday.
Yeah, thank
And I can't take all the credit. I'll tell you some of the backstory here. She texted me one day about 3 weeks, 2 weeks before you guys came here. Yeah, I know it's backwards. About 3 weeks before you guys came here for the Booze Brothers,
Okay.
and tells me about this idea, and I'm like awestruck, because first I'm like, why is she texting me? I never hear from her. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then we called and talked to each other, and getting the Discord set up was interesting.
Well, see, I kind of figured something was up because she had set her phone on the back of the couch, and then went to go do something, and I came out of the bathroom, walk into the living room, and I see her phone with a conversation with you. I'm like,
I could see that being.
What the hell is this all about?
No, it was we were planning this, and we honestly yesterday you going with her was all about getting you out of the house. So
I kind of figured something.
Yeah.
Like that.
So, and it was an amazing conversation. It was an amazing time. This whole interview was fucking great.
Heck
I want to tell you guys who've been watching, thanks for being with us. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. It's been a hell of a ride, and I never thought we'd get someone who won Emmys on the show.
Right. We haven't even hit 500 subs yet on Facebook. Haven't even hit 300 subs on YouTube, and we get someone like Jon coming on and talked with us for an hour and wants to come back.
Yes, freaking awesome guy. I'm not. Oh damn it! I'm still struck. I'm still kind of stuck on it. But we hope you guys enjoyed this as much as we did. It's been an honor. Hey, something popped up. I don't see what it was, but whoever that was, thank you. I guess I don't have this set up like I thought I did. But guys, till then, I think you know what we got to do.
Yep.
Till then, we want you to stay nerdy
and stay sexy, always.